we're early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dillon, I don't give a what you think about the co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just gotta toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the people's podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Right?
Live from
Somewhere.
it's
Dillon.
Good whatever to you. Whenever you're watching this episode of Cohost Auditions, here at our new late night time. Might it be here in late night for a while? Might be. I'm figuring out my new schedule with my new job. We'll figure it out. But I am a little bit drunk. If that odd little pause there, I think had to do with that. Yeah, it started early and got to continue it because otherwise I was going to hit a wall. I am your host, Dillon. I haven't introduced myself yet. This is my self-taped audition to be the co-host for a much more successful streamer. And today we are checking out Strange Aeons, a suggestion from Spurgsnake. This is a very popular lady. She has got 1.2 million views on the video we're going to be checking out, over 1 million subscribers, and she has got the Portland look down. This is a Portland 9 or 10. And I believe this might be, from the little bit I checked out, I think this might be one of the really good video essayists. Not like our buddy, Mooney. What was her name? Tara Mooney. I like Tara Mooney. She's adorable. She tries, but her thesis statement was never proven. Thank you, folks, for dropping in. And A. Smith dropped a super sticker before we went on air tonight, so a big thanks to A. Smith for dropping that. But let's not be rude to our host. We're already showing up to the job interview drunk, so let's not be any further rude. Let's get to our buddy Eon, Strange Aeons, rather, as she tells us about the polycule from hell. And being a polyamorous, filthy fucker, as I am, I will give my views. And being the Portland princess you are, you've been in a polycule or two, right? I guess we'll figure it out. Take it away, Strange Aeons.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another tale of debauchery with Strange. This one takes place on the Tumblr Am I the Asshole blog. Am I the Asshole is far better known as a subreddit. If you are unfamiliar, the concept of Am I the Asshole...
That is the problem I've run into as well, Spurgsnake. I apologize for cutting you off so early. But my regular co-host on my other show, Spurgsnake, points out that you are very attractive to us cis heteronormative males. But the fact that we are indeed cis, straight, heteronormative males, we feel like that, what if we dated 2 trans women? Would that make us enough not cis, hetero? I imagine just one. That could be a fluke. But say we've got 2 trans women under our dating belt. Does that make us outside of the norm of trans, hetero male to get a single date with you, Portland princess?
The asshole is that
Damn it, I'm being pervy already. I blame the beer.
people will usually anonymously air their personal dramas, their confusing personal dramas, and allow the community to inform them whether they are the asshole in the situation. Tumblr has always enjoyed a good Am I the Asshole screenshot from Reddit.
Ooh, it's been a while since we had a good Am I the Asshole episode. The last one was Charlotte Dobray, another very popular streamer whose fans came to comment, hey, How dare you, without even checking it out. Thank you for commenting. I'm a shithead. It helped the algorithm. One of my most popular videos.
Reddit. However, the advent of Tumblr polls not only created the worst cake known.
Okay, Tumblr polls. So here, she's about to tell us how many lady poles we need to smoke until we are able to date a Portland princess.
To man, but also provided a very helpful voting system
Oh, I like you with your bangs there. I mean, you still got bangs there, but your bangs look different there.
for this kind of thing. So, Am I the Asshole is now also a Tumblr blog, and we can enjoy it in our native environment. I'm here today to tell you a story from Am I the Asshole Tumblr that went slightly viral at this point a couple of weeks ago, if we're being honest. This is the legend of the
This is much more than a couple of weeks ago. This is from a year ago.
Portland polycule commune cult situation. But for
Okay, that is both a dream and a nightmare of mine, to be on a poly commune with a whole bunch of neighbors that we just fucking help raise the young, because who knows whose actual biological children they are. They're the community's children, and I'm part of the community.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Every day of my life.
A very pixie cut there. You actually remind me of an autistic lady that I used to know in Burbank with that haircut. And as you all know, as a tist myself, that's just an attractive trait.
We are now ready to begin. Get the Hungarian dance number 5. This is a specific personal request on the part of the writer of this post. One could even consider it canon. Am I
Canon Films? That would be a blast. Canon Films, that would be a blast. It's funny. Canon Films never had a saying about a blast, but nah. There's a joke there. I'm borderline getting Duke Phillips to walk in and tell me to be funny, and where's the joke?
Am I the asshole if I call out my roommate's self-centered behavior? I live in a communal space where everybody except C shares freely. C got a good...
Except for... Oh, okay. This is still something... I don't like the calling people by a single letter. That's what a lot of Reddit communities... I got kicked out of a Reddit community because I used a pseudonym rather than using a single letter for someone's name.
A good job through connections and is able to spend freely on themselves, spending little on household items, groceries, etc. They say they're broke every month.
The first time I had roommates, I was complimented that what I do take, I replace. There's a Pepsi there. I will buy some more Pepsi. It was a certain, just, house rules of like, I won't take your last Pepsi, but there's 5 Pepsis there, and I really want a fucking Pepsi. So I'm going to have to buy a 6-pack.
But I've seen their takeout containers in Amazon boxes, so maybe it's a spending problem. Worst of all, when we're low on food, C just disappears for a few hours and comes back instead of cooking with everyone. I've told C they're being selfish and should start considering...
Can we just call C cunt from now on? That's what we want to say. Sure, it may be Colin or Colleen, but that's what they're not acting like a Colin or Colleen.
Other people, but it goes in one ear and out the other. I offered to help them budget, but
I haven't done that move yet of going in one ear and out the other. I don't have a thin enough member to go in the ear, so it's just out of the question.
they don't listen. They barely spend more than $400 of their $2,000 a month on groceries for the house. The rest just goes to their own lavish lifestyle while the rest of us suffer. I want them to pay their fair share. Am I the asshole for asking them to be fair? The mod of the Am I the Asshole blog then posted a screenshot of another ask this person had sent, providing a few more details. My roommate C works a privileged job making nearly $26K and always buys expensive clothing and food for themselves. C spends
Ooh, $26,000 a year, big spender.
less than 20% of their income on food and supplies to share with the house, and when I called them on it, they just looked sad and didn't reflect on their behavior at all. Worst of all, when the kitchen is a mess and there's not enough food, they just leave for an hour without saying anything. I think they're buying fast food. The poll received 60.9%.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna make me a hot pie. McDonald's.
Of votes in favor of this person being the asshole. You're kind of the asshole here. It's their money. They can do whatever they want with it. As long as they are in fact contributing a reasonable amount, 25% of their monthly income is still a decent portion to be given to the household. If somebody starts badgering me about what...
Okay, I do believe we are unpacking, but yeah, just straight on these facts here, they're like, hey, I'm spending 40% of my budget on the house. and he's spending 25% or less, but that's, you want him to spend more. Yeah, right now the poster is the asshole. I imagine we are going down a poly hole. And I'm good with most poly holes as long as they are located on the woman. As I've talked about quite a few times, I steer into what's working for me. That's how I became polyamorous in Los Angeles. But I do stop at folks that I'm not attracted to. I would have a very active romantic lifestyle if I would have said yes to the bisexual couples here and somewhere that wanted a piece of me. It's no longer, it was the married women out in Los Angeles that were interested in me. It's now the full couples. And no, I do not want to fuck you both. I want to fuck one of you. Package deal? Guess I'm jerking off tonight.
About what I'm spending my hard-earned money on, I'd also be pretty blasé.
Oh, yes, and I forgot to say that, well, welcome to our buddies from the Hack Ride channel. Getting off from Riley Martin, I stopped in there earlier, and Bjork was having just a blast over here. Over there,
You're
rather.
the asshole. You're way too controlling. It's borderline creepy. $26K is not a lot of money. They don't owe you anything. Did you really just use $2,000 a month and lavish lifestyle in the same sentence? Spindercaster then slid into the comments of this post to clarify some more details. C has the highest salary of the house and spends it mostly on their own.
Okay, are you getting to multiple Am I the Assholes? This doesn't sound like the polycule from hell. It just sounds like this guy makes more than everyone else in the house, so he should be lifting us up by buying us Hershey's Kisses and doing, shitty that he doesn't do the dishes, oh, I guess that's what the poster wants. If you're not going to do the dishes, give us all $5 to do the dishes for you. Is that what the OP is after?
Own stuff. They also eat communal meals, which, to be fair, they also usually contribute to. They pitch in when.
And that is a funny zinger by Sam Bibley there, keeping it simple by dating one stripper at a time. Dating one stripper at a time is still more complicated than dating 3 married women at a time. Well, that's not always true, just from the married women that I've allowed myself to get involved with.
When they can.
Not like the married women. Oh, no, I didn't play that. Stay tuned on a Live from Somewhere. Oh, I have the Live from Somewhere background. This is a co-host audition. Let me just change that up really quick. But Live from Somewhere, we will have our goth nun dream girl, Nikki, talking to an infidelity. An infidel? No. Someone who's committing infidelity isn't an infidel. I was trying to make that wordplay happen, and it wasn't.
And there's no agreement on how much, but they also go shopping online and get Habit Burger 5 times a week, and they wouldn't be broke if they stopped doing that. We are supposedly an anti-capitalist household, but with their gross spending, it's pretty uneven. This living situation sounds totally insufferable. Absolutely love the update on this one. We're an anti-capitalist.
So the communal situation that they're living in as well also reminds me of people in Los Angeles living in a mansion. It's been a while since I presented to you guys Scuba Steph, who dresses up like, is it Wendy or Lady McDonald's? But they just have a whole mansion of people playing fast food cosplay for comedy sketches, and they all live there, because that's, I've met quite a few people. I can live in a mansion as long as I'm splitting it with 11 other people.
Capitalist household, which means my roommates have to give me their money. Come on, man. 26K is fucking nothing, are you kidding me? Also, $400 a month on communal stuff is a lot already. Seems like none of you are budgeting effectively. How many of you live together anyway? $400 is reasonable. There's 10 people. How much does everyone else spend? Why the hell are they spending $400?
10 fucking people living together in a communal area. You are in a halfway house or you are in a mansion. That's funny that it's the this or that with a halfway house or a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. I'm curious. Do they have a response? I believe that's where this is going. Is they're not pulling their weight in the mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
$400 to help feed 10 people when they barely eat with you. They shouldn't be spending any more than they use. And you're the asshole for insisting they spend more? For an anti-capitalist, you're sure obsessed with taking the fruits of someone else's labor. Landlord-type behavior, honestly. You sound like an entitled prick. I hope your roommate moves out so you stop sponging off them like a leech. Please, God, I need someone in Portland to unmask this cult. I need C to see this and start shit. Oh my God.
Is this specifically Portland? Because she does mention in the title the Portland polycule from hell. And this, unless this unfolds, this is not a polycule. Is this a 10-person polycule? Have I misread this? Give me some more information. Luigi Greenberg and I have different opinions on Strange Aeons here. I am quite attracted to this variant of Wednesday Addams. She is a Portland princess. Then again, me and if you weren't a married fella, Luigi Greenberg, we would be great wingmen because we are looking for two different things, and hopefully we look very different. Hopefully you look like your avatar and you're the Ken doll, whereas I'm kind of the schlubby hippie, so that we're looking for different things and different things are looking for us.
The rest of us also chip in when we can. That's what should make it fair. 2 other people pay for supplies totaling $500. I've spent $5,000 on clothes and furniture for my other roommates. 1 other person barely gets by on donations and has to buy her own food due to an eating disorder. My parents gave me—
Okay, I didn't think I was going to be skipping this. This is annoying the shit out of me. I want to get to the next story. The original poster is an asshole. You're an asshole for 10 people. 10 people living in the same communal area. Yet. Star Chunksta is on my side, so we would not be the best of wingmen. We are both after the bangs and ear gauge ladies, plus. Whereas, Bjork. Bjork is not my type. Awesome wingmen we'd be. Star Chunksta and I, little bit of a problem. There's overlap in the ladies that we're interested in.
Give me way more than $400 a month, and since I don't have a spending problem, I still have savings. Maybe C should learn from me and put away some money for later. Honestly, I wish C was buying natural supplements and yoga classes. They say they're suffering from joint pain and can't always do chores even though they're like 32. I told them to try yoga, but they just walked away.
This is a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. This one confirms it. The natural supplements and yoga. I do need to get back to yoga. There are all sorts of hot yoga studios in town, and much more rare just a yoga studio. When the hot yoga craze was at its peak, that must be when all these motherfuckers came to town. This town needs a good DDP yoga. There's old people. We need a yoga that is very kind to the joints.
Are you a fucking troll? You have to be trolling. There's no way you're this stupid. Digging themselves a deeper grave. The absolute balls, gender neutral, on OP to ask this on their main and not on anonymous. Like, you are an asshole for all of this. A quick check to your blog shows you want to move out of this place anyway. So why do you still care?
I do like that we have got left-minded people commenting on this left-minded poster. It's gender neutral when I say the absolute balls on you.
Care about what your roommate is doing. You get money from your parents and you're complaining? Groceries, $4,000 a month. Supplies, $500 a month. Clothes and furniture, $5,000 a month. Someone help me budget. My commune is dying. Adding in, my parents give me an allowance, and have you tried yoga? Have pushed this into troll territory and is no longer believable. Sorry, OP. No, my parents don't give me an allowance. Those are my own savings. Okay, not...
Oh boy. I didn't choose a second video of Strange Aeons because this one goes 33 minutes. I hate this original poster. I don't want this to be the only thing we're after. This original poster is not going to win me over in the next 26 minutes.
Clear on how that's supposed to work. Want to vote you're the asshole twice. Back off and stop obsessing over your roommate's personal budget. You are not morally superior because your parents gave you a huge allowance, which allowed you to build up savings. Focus on yourself and let your roommate live their life. If you want to do communal living, then you need to all sit down and decide on a budget. But honestly, I think it might be...
And honestly, the communal living is not what it's cracked up to be if you're not in the middle of fucking nowhere making a garden and all that. If you're just in a big old house like our buddy Sam Bibley was, it's it gets a little long in the tooth after a bit.
Might be better for everyone if you just do your own thing at this point. Jeezum Crow, stop adding information. You sound like the most insufferable tool and you will never not be the asshole. We don't pay rent because M's parents own the place.
Okay, like that's the end. That is that's the ultimate. You're always the asshole. You've given us enough information to know it is always you. You don't need to ask. You can just default to it's me.
We live in Portland.
I lived the last couple of guys I lived with in Burbank. They did not get along, and when we were interviewing new roommates for the final room, he was like, "Oh, he reminds me of my brother." Oh, good, fantastic. And then a few months later, he reminds me of my brother, who I can't stand, and we've never gotten along. Why did you suggest for this guy to be the other roommate? And you guys are at each other's throats. I have an idiot brother too. I do not associate with people like my idiot brother.
Not that it matters. We live in Portland, not that it matters, as if that's not some of the most vital information possible for this post.
Okay, so not the Hollywood Hills. Very, very similar. The wacky folk you run into in polycules in the Hollywood Hills and Portland. So, fuck. This is the whole thing. She isn't going to a second one. There's a lot more information to be coming of this 10-person communal living situation in Portland. Shit, this is it. Well, let's hear more.
Post. OP, if you're for real, you and your household need to read up on how to actually run an intentional community. It is frankly a very difficult and thankless task to organize that type of housing, and you are probably better off just being roommates with a written agreement for who pays what. Plus, all 10 would individually qualify for SNAP in my state, including C. Fuck you mean lavish? It's not a minimum wage job, as so many of you have assumed. They work 24 hours a week, a day a week, and it's mostly delivery work, so it's basically a desk job in their car.
There was a Simpsons joke where groundskeeper Willie talks about all the people he hates. And at the end, he mentions Scottish people. Scottish people hate other Scots the most. And sometimes that's how I relate to other polyamorous people and their polycule drama. That is how I'm feeling right now, especially with the fact probably it's getting more popular, the polyamory these days. A lot of you watching this now may have met someone who is polyamorous, who is very full of themselves, who is like they know all the answers. I believe that's who OP is.
It's a nice car too. Plus they got a side gig so they can just keep buying things like $100 jackets and fancy weatherproof boots. They're not impoverished by any means, they're just self-centered. OP, do you live on Earth? Is C the only one of you with a job? This is bonkers. Yeah, every single edition is making you more and more the asshole LMAO. Oh, I just reread that and you said 24 hours a week, a day a week, as if that means anything. I work 40 hours a week, less than 2 days a week, but it doesn't mean I'm doing all of those hours at once. C is not working one singular day of the week, 24 hours straight. That's how I know you've never worked, or at least don't have a job if this is how you view their hours. This person is a fucking delivery driver and you're saying it's basically an office job? Are you fucking insane, LMAO? Well, they eat a lot of the food and they use way more of the Dr. Bronner's than most of us do. The winter gear doesn't have to be—
All right, OP. You need to get to the juicy part where we're in the polycule, like the title of this video promises. I can see why Strange Aeons went down this rabbit hole. But I am getting very fucking frustrated by this OP.
To be so expensive, I got mine at the thrift shop.
Original poster, for those wondering what the heck that OP is there.
You mean more of the food that they pay for? And soap? These insane group living situations always happen in Portland. For real, hearing that this is in Portland suddenly made everything make total sense. Privileged job. C is an Uber driver making $26K in fucking Portland. I'm going to scream. C works delivering oxygen tanks or whatever to seniors in the area. They got it through their aunt and uncle. I'm unemployed and living off food stamps and savings at the moment. It's hard to find a good job in this economy. You know they have to pay for gas.
It is indeed hard to find a good job, but you can find a job in this economy. I've got one now. I fucking hate it.
That's right. Are you fucking stupid?
They pay me enough to keep me around for now.
It's a 2015 Nissan Leaf, so it's not like they have to pay for gas. I want to hope this post is bait, or it bloomed from a seed of truth and the rest is rage fuel, because I have hope in my heart for mankind. And I want to believe that someone could not be this idiotic, callous, and stubborn when fighting a flame war against like 50 opponents in the replies. But I know it's real. OP is really this horrible. God is dead. Average Portland living situation, to be honest.
I haven't been to Portland yet, and maybe I would turn into one of my buddies I moved out to Los Angeles with just immediately turned into a Los Angeles hater. I'm curious about Portland, as I am Austin, Nashville, Tampa, Atlanta. All those are on the short list. Portland could be very good for me, or it could be fucking awful.
Wow, you're a bitch, OP. A burger meal is about $12, which would be spent more wisely on cheaper, healthier food or supplies for the house. Factor in that C is doing this 5 times a week. That's enough to close the gap in our groceries. We do go to the food bank, but not often because M and C are the only ones with cars. M is busy with school, and C has decided that their car is personal property. Also, I'm usually asleep when the food bank is open. I feel like this is performance art. You're the asshole. You wouldn't be so poor.
And that would go right along with Portland of this just being a performance artist. But I don't believe that it is. Portland would be a maxing for me. I know that that's a typo, but a maxing just made me giggle. I'm maxing out my lifestyle by going somewhere where I belong with other oddballs that make me look like the normal one in the room.
Poor if you didn't eat burger. If you were smart like me and had parental allowance you saved, instead of spending all your time working and buying things, you'd be able to spend more money on supporting me.
Some homeless chicks have it going on, Mark Bass, especially since I lived in Los Angeles for 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. There are some hot homeless ladies in Los Angeles. Of course, that's the thing is they're probably homeless for a reason. Actually, no. In other cities, they're homeless for a reason. Just in Los Angeles, it might be because I don't want to spend 80% of my earnings on an apartment. So if we're talking about homeless Los Angeles, yes, absolutely. And homeless Portlanders, I'm gonna have to take a look at what a homeless Portlander looks like.
I'm an anti-capitalist. The fact that OP is responding on their main is so fascinating, because otherwise this would have been so immediately disregarded as bait / an unrelated third party coming on and claiming to be OP, right? But like, we have tangible proof the asker and the replier are the same person. And unless they made a whole blog with history just to set up this one bit, this has to be in some way real. I'm not even tackling the ask itself because I think it's self-evident you're the asshole. Has decided their car is personal property. It literally is. You are a tar pit of a human being, and C may very well be saving up their money in secret to get the hell away from you. Also, are you part of a cult? Because this sounds like a cult living situation almost. Bro, you can't even wake up for the food bank hours? You can't be that worried about food. Doesn't Portland have a pretty okay transit system? The MAX, that's the Portland transit system, is so fucking annoying, and we have to walk like 12 minutes to even get there.
I do like this filter, putting on airs with that fancy music for our original poster.
It would be so much easier if C just let us borrow the car. I don't know why people keep saying this is a cult. It's literally not. Or asking if we're dating. None of your business, LOL. 6 of us are in a rotating...
6 out of 10 of us are in a okay. What a shit situation C is in here. 6 of these people in this household, and they just... You're in a relationship with 6 people. You aren't able to pool your resources enough. You have to look at one of the 4 people that aren't in the suck and fuck fest to say you are not... You're not pulling your weight. Well, I didn't get to come on your face, so no, I'm not going to pull the same weight as those other 4 that did come on your face. And the only reason the other ones didn't come on your face is because they don't have a penis. They probably squirted on your face.
Hitting polycule, but not C. God forbid you walk 12 minutes to get somewhere. People are saying this is culty because you spend an insane amount of money on furniture and clothes for your roommates, and also you said that it's weird for C to act like their car is their own personal property. That isn't normal. C's allowed to have boundaries about who uses their car and when. Trying to undermine basic stuff like that is a massive red flag. If I were C, you and I would have had a physical altercation by now.
I think the original poster did try to have a physical altercation. And that's another reason why she's unhappy with him. She now feels lesser than, because C knows where to put his dick and where not to put his dick. And he knows not to put his dick into any of the 6 psychopaths that he's living with.
You're the asshole big time. Also, most living situations don't require subscribing to a whole ideology that you must follow in every aspect of your life, lest you be judged/ostracized from the in-group. That's cult shit. I just found out that P, my March and July girlfriend, has been going on burger runs with C.
This has nothing to do with this post. Spinder Catcher, original poster, fuck you. Fuck. We're only half-ish way through what I intended for this episode to be. I don't know if I want to keep going with this. The original poster is such a detestable piece of shit that they're making me denounce polyamory, because a lot of people do it wrong. A lot of people like to be like, oh, I know more than you monogamous people. I know how humans should live, because our closest relatives, they're those little monkeys. They're bonobos, and their whole community is about fucking and loving. See, I know more than you. I'm supposed to be on your side, original poster? What the fuck?
C. Honestly, I wish she had cheated instead. My head hurts. I hope you're happy. I'm sorry for this betrayal. Please tell us more. P and C go out together every weekend to quote-unquote charge the car, but they also go get burgers in secret. Sad face. This is a huge betrayal.
Okay. So now the problem roommate, he's not fucking anyone in the polycule. He's not entering into that. He's not crazy. But he is human. A P who pretends to be part of this cult, but really has a little bit of humanity left in her, said, I need a hamburger.
Since I thought P and I were on the same page about equitable spending, P is the other one with a job, by the way. We are going to have a talk about this before we start dating again in March. Sad face. I would love to spend 24 hours as a fly on the wall in this household. I hope your March and July girlfriend goes on so many burger runs with C. I hope they have a burger-themed wedding even. Regardless of whether this is real or fake, it is top tier.
I haven't seen Mr. Z in here yet, but Kitty did make her entrance.
Tumblr drama. Hell, being fake would probably add to that.
And she ran away with me as I tried to grab her to show her to the camera.
Jesus fuck crab bucket. It's just burgers, my dude. My January and May girlfriend Kay just found this post. She's setting up her blankets on the couch.
Whoa. My January and May girlfriend Kay. So the 6 of you that are in this poly relationship rotate so that you're dating someone. Folks, one of the reasons that I chose this episode, I did not preview this other than like 5 seconds, and I was like, this is up my alley. I am going to be on the side of these poly weirdos. I am not. If this is what polyamory is, burn it to the ground.
B and A are laughing at me. This is worse than the time our vacuum broke and we had to use a lint roller to clean up after our 12 cats. Sad face. Aw, you ruined it, man. Now it's not funny anymore. But it was incredibly funny while it lasted, so good job for that. But I just can't suspend my disbelief anymore. 12 cats? Get the fuck out of here. You don't have 12 cats. There's no way. I was snooping on their old posts and saw mention of hoarding being an
So now we have some investigation work being done. We have not seen an Am I the Asshole post like this before. And have we done a half a dozen of these? I don't know how many we've done. So this is investigative work in the comments to see that not only are there 10 people living in this place, 6 of which are fucking each other and rotating. Apparently they don't have orgies. Maybe there's an orgy month. Could that be possibly, December or January? I know it sounds awful having your orgy month through Christmas and all the holidays, but that's when holiday depression is at its peak, when the seasonal, you're getting so little sunlight. That's when you want the orgy month, and you don't just want to have one of your partners who you only fuck for 60 days out of the 365.
An issue here, so it is within the realm of possibility still, to be honest. I saw a post on their blog about 2 cats, so I assume they really just have 2 cats and the rest is an elaborate troll. There's apparently a feral kitten problem on the house backyard. 12 cats doesn't seem far-fetched to me. I skimmed through 7 months of OP's blog and they seem pretty normal, living with roommates who are kinda shitty about trans men, maybe not great.
It's funny going to being in Los Angeles, and trans is, in general, just much more accepted. But a lot of trans women here in the middle of somewhere, where it's less of a femme, less. So it's still a lot of trans people, but ran into many more trans men than trans women.
Great about COVID safety, but otherwise no mention of any of this rotating polycule 10-person no rent situation. There were no posts about Portland, but plenty about living in California, also having a job and doing things during the daytime.
In blank California, I for some reason, Strange Aeons saw fit to censor what part of California they were in, but really, it could be fucking anywhere. This sounds more like some Northern California shit. When I talked to my buddy who grew up in Los Angeles about how soft Los Angeles is, he's like, no. That's LA being infected by NorCal.
Also, they're at least 30.
And now, that's what you are. You're just a little dainty. You're not hard anymore. You're a dainty little Southern California city.
5. I don't get what kind of bit this is supposed to be. According to their own blog, half a year ago, OP had a job and was posting about getting takeout weekly, having allergic reactions to drinking lattes, and spending $200 on a single houseplant. But fuck C for buying some decent winter gear, right? The cognitive dissonance at play here is even greater than any of us could have imagined, if they aren't making up most of this stuff. To clarify though, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting takeout, being lactose intolerant, or considering spending $200 on a rare cultivar of a houseplant that you like. But if you do that stuff, you're also a hypocritical asshole for judging someone else for also spending their own money on things they like or they need for their work. LOL. Portlanders need to be sent to a
or a fuck doll. $2,000 for a fuck doll. That's not enough, though.
Lab for studying. Why do
That's not going to be a good fuck doll.
these people regularly live like this? New theory. After spending some time on OP's blog, I found out some details that do and don't add up. I now strongly suspect that OP is C, and made this post to make a point to their weird controlling roommates. For example, OP talks about having a job in the last few days on their blog, on wanting to move out, but other details line up, like weirdo roommates, hoarding cats. I'm a 44-year-old Portlander, and I can confirm this is a Portland thing. In my early 20s, I was in and out of bullshit living situations like this, but I at least contributed my own money.
It's a Portland thing. We just, if we're going to be roommates, let's fuck. We need more roommates. You're not into fucking? All right. You can move in, even if you don't tickle my balls every once in a while.
And got the fuck out when things got damn toxic. Honestly, if I didn't live in a 500 square foot studio, I'd be trying to find C and offering a couch to surf while disentangling from this nonsense. 12 minutes walk to the max, too much? Cry harder. I made the 18-minute walk to the max daily with a broken leg. No one should live in Portland. I'm still on Beelzebufo's theory
I'm glad she chose to include no one should live in Portland in that one.
that OP is C, and they're trying to make a point to their roommates. The only extra supposition you'd have to make for it all to still click is that COP must have moved from California to Portland sometime between their last post about being in California and now, and didn't realize there weren't habit burgers in Portland. Because they're off and on, their blog is definitely active and has been for a while, and their personal posts on said blog line up roughly.
All right, some more investigative reporting. We have got John Stossel in the comments to really figure out what the hell is going on with C. And this is a fun new wrinkle, that the original poster is indeed C. I haven't done this investigation as some of these commenters have.
Roughly with this submission.
How did I just notice she's got an earring in her gauge? And that does appear to be a stabbable type of weapon that she doesn't even need to carry her mace or any type of other thing around. I mean, she could, but it's right there in her ear that she can pull it out and fucking right in the neck.
As hilarious as that level of commitment to the bit would be, I 100% believe OP just is that way and is completely unaware, because again, I know a dozen people just like OP. Some of it definitely lines up, but some of it doesn't. If OP isn't C themselves pretending to be one of their roommates and they just forgot to click anon, then they would be lying either in the submission or on their blog about being unemployed, because they had tagged a post like a week ago with me at work, and would previously blog about having—
I have to imagine this is going somewhere. We are about halfway through this video. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. We just have a lot of commenters here talking about suspicious things and discrepancies of this person. OP's blog.
paint a picture of someone who is in their 30s because they remember 9/11, who at least used to live in California where they do have habit burgers, and now has a bunch of weird roommates and a shitty job. That doesn't exactly match OP's description as per their Am I the Asshole submission, but it does sound like C, if you assume C moved to Portland within the last year and a half or so anyway. Oh, it turns out they just keep that habit burger cup in their car because they miss California. Great covering your ass. I thought Habit Burger was a made-up place. I'm gonna be real, y'all,
I didn't visit the Habit Burger while I was in Los Angeles. They definitely had one that opened up in the Burbank. There was a wing place right nearby as well that kept changing names. I remember Lord of the Wings was my favorite one. I forget what it was before and after that, but it went through several names and I imagine several owners.
I don't trust the submitter to know exactly which fast food chain their roommate is eating at, nor exactly how many times a week they do it. C grew up with money too, to be frank. That's probably why they hate sharing. They finally confessed it at the last house meeting, so I may be a privileged asshole here, but I'm not the only one. I know like 8 different people who used to steal their roommates' food and weed and claim it was actually leftist praxis because they don't believe in personal property. I believe this person exists. Anybody in this thread smoke weed? Tumblr user Stars and Shadows made a helpful
You're making me want to take one of those intermissions right now.
Portland seasonal polycule no rent 10 housemate 12 cat cult ? Infographic. For casual readers of this post who do not want to scroll through 1,000 plus comments the way that I did. Basically trying to find out what the hell is going on here. Who are all of the housemates / polycule members and what are their relationships?
This right here I am interested in. Rotating polycule. K. January and May has a Tumblr account. U, we know nothing. U2, we know nothing. U3, we know nothing. P, female? I see. We don't know what the gender. And age. Female, we don't know anyone's age. March and July, has a job. Goes out with G for burgers once a month.
Spinder's Catster had some even more helpful clarifications for us after that. Like I told that other person, A is the one with the most shoes, so she does the most cleaning. B is the one with the eating disorder, and she runs a bike club and does chores when asked. H comes and goes, mostly for group meals and to sleep on the guest couch. Q is our depression doula.
Sounds like a room goer to me. Good old James Rolfe. And that's what Sam Bibley mentioned as well when he earlier when he had the comment of living together with all those folks. There were also extra people always coming and going.
She leads us in Hasana yoga during new moons, and T facilitates our ML reading group. W cooks, and the other W cleans up after her when C
I don't know what the fuck ML reading group is.
Isn't home. It's really not that complicated.
That actually bugs the shit out of me. I've seen a lot of it in the speed dating where people are like, oh, I'm an SLT. You're a slut? No, motherfucker, SLT. I do salvage and loot technician. Don't you know what the fuck that is? Nope, never heard of an SLT before. It bugs the shit out of me. Like, when I'm not in acting circles, I won't say PA. I won't say AD. Those people know I mean production assistant, assistant director. Outside of those circles, duh. For the longest time, I just knew that a PA was someone who worked on movies. Production assistant. Fucking acronyms.
D is our full-time hairdresser, but can't do my hair today since they're in the doghouse for sucking up another spider. This all happened when C took the vacuum in to get fixed, and it works better than ever. I think C and the vacuum repair person are fucking. The depression doula is just like a regular doula, but for depression. She helps the depression leave the body. We do Hasna yoga and moon chant.
I've never heard of this. How did I not hear about a depression doula while I was in Los Angeles? If a depression doula exists in Portland, it exists in Hollywood proper.
Together. Wait, you mean a literal doghouse? It's a heated doghouse? Hold on, I think we're up to too many people now, including the 2 girlfriends previously mentioned. And OP, isn't this 11? Spinder's Catster was helpful enough to tell us their monthly polycule schedule, which other Tumblr users on this post then of course went on to make many.
Nope. I was going to try to make sense out of that. Nope, let's just keep going.
Helpful infographics about. They also informed us we rotate bedrooms to keep it more equitable too. OMG, C just came home with groceries and told me to go fuck myself. Go fuck the vacuum lady, I said. 2 can play this game. Another detail posting to OP being C is that last night they...
Is the vacuum lady a sex toy saleswoman. By going to fuck the vacuum lady, will you get 2 points of suction?
He posted a photo from the grocery store, looks like Trader Joe's, before commenting here that C came home with groceries. B is smashing dishes because the dishwasher is broken, and some people forgot their dishes in the sink. Now B is in the—
Oh, the good old-fashioned don't tell mom the babysitter is dead way. Fucking skeet shooting. Dishes are done.
doghouse, so D has to move back inside on the couch. So I really hope K comes back to bed with me, or D will end up being in my bed, and that'll put us over the limit for 2024 if we start dating again in February. It's a leap year. This is a fucking disaster. Do any of you guys smoke weed? I think it could help in this situation.
the random commenter coming back with, guys, you're in Portland. Come on, get a bag. Get a bag. Things will be better.
No, we don't smoke weed. Not sure what that has to do with anything. We get our honey from the MJ farmer and apiarist couple down the road. Should be plenty of whatever we need. The Dr. Bronner's bottle has 1/4 less since they came home. Proof. B and Q are crying. D is eating the nutritional yeast plain again, so I don't know what W and A are going to use to flavor the stew tomorrow. Am I the problem? C is cooking one serving of pasta. How selfish of them. The person with the most shoes obviously brings the most dirt into the house, and is the most privileged in contact with the earth. That is why A does most of the dusting and vacuuming. How do you split up your chores? Alphabet.
Do I have a cartoon on deck? My head is spinning right now. Can I go to something else? Just to cleanse the palate. We're roughly about halfway through if we do 90 minutes on this show, and good God. In fact, let's go to our clown lady right now. I need a cleanse of the palate. My head hurts. I'm now asexual. I don't partake in any relationship or sex whatsoever after I've read this. This is just terrible. So let's go to Haunted Peppers. I have why aren't you coming up, Haunted Peppers? That is the clown lady that we have seen previously. She is my favorite clown lady. We've been checking out clown ladies for well over a year at this point, and no one has been such a favorite as our good buddy. Where the heck is it? Well, hopefully I can find it soon because I've talked her up enough. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong folder. That's my problem. Nope, she's not there either. I don't know where I saved her to. Haunted Peppers. She should come right up. There we go. Okay, I need a break from this poly horse shit madness. So, Haunted Peppers, please take it away. Let's get a better view for this lady clown. My head hurts. I think we are going back to that polycule horseshit, but there are so many people that are not helping their own cause. Those people in that house in Portland were not helping the polyamory cause. They are just giving more evidence of why all those churchy folk should burn us at the stake because we are insufferable and incapable twats. I swear we're not all like this. Haunted Peppers, what's up today?
One of the worst things about being a clown is that people will ask me all the time whether or not I'm funny. You know, the moment they find out that I'm a clown.
Oh, we have seen this one. I brought up the wrong one. She tells us of how she isn't actually funny. So this must be the one I'm looking for. We just checked this one out last episode. So here's a new one from Haunted Peppers, my favorite of all the Lady Witch clowns.
Sword tutorial 2. This one's kind of harder. First, stretch out a balloon, color your choice. Pump.
I started stretching the things out like this. I didn't realize we were talking about balloons. I thought you were going to talk about something else.
It up until it's nearly full with only about an inch of tail left at the end. Bend it about this far.
It's like a woman eating a banana. You can't help but get my member to move a little and say, "Oh, hey."
Twist. Pull through the loop.
Is she giving us some signals into some of the kinky stuff that she's in? Because if you notice, there's two things going on right now that could lead to the fact that she likes performing with the special belt. It was the way that she put it through there, and also the fact, if you look in between her legs, she's got the balloon blower upper there that looks very much like a special belt.
Pull through the loop.
I'm sorry. I came in your hands before you were finished, before you were ready. You didn't get yours. I'm gonna go to sleep and maybe tomorrow. That's why she put in the captions there, twist 3 to 4 times, because once will get you a premature.
Twist it. Pull through the loop.
It looks like that the balloon has a foreskin, doesn't it? The way that we've got that extra inch of non-blown up balloon. So this balloon can dock with other balloons.
Until you have a sword.
A little tutorial from my favoritist of all the lady clowns we've checked out. Garfield enthusiast over here on this platform, Pirouette something or another on another platform, Haunted Peppers on another platform. So she's not uniform. I'm uniform. Dillon from somewhere on YouTube and Rumble. Also Twitch as well. Thanks to Matt Hibner for being my one regular Twitch viewer over there. Worlds of Sarah, was it? You're not him. You're a bot. How dare you, bot, when I was asking for my Twitch viewers to come up, say all your Russian shenanigans and try to get me to buy into your stuff. Okay. I didn't prepare any other videos. That was supposed to take us out like a cutoff of Sting's album from at the end of the night. So, back to this. Oh boy, we're 2/3 through this, and this is starting to chase me away from Portland with a board with a nail in it.
Alphabetically, fascinated by the logic that the person with the most shoes brings the most dirt into the house. Is she wearing all the shoes at once? Does she have more than 2 feet? Are they wearing all the shoes at once? Are they a spider? Is that why you put someone in the doghouse for sucking up a spider? Is that why you care so much about anti-spider bigotry? Because you have a spider in your polycule? They live in Portland. There's no saving any of them. Ugh. B fell through the rotten deck during group calisthenics this morning. Now they're taking C's car to the hospital, but when I need it for food, it's a no-go. This house is clearly biased against me. Do you know if you got your birthday?
You've proven you're an absolute twat. I just meant to pause it, but I jumped ahead. I'm not sure how much I jumped ahead. Let's pretend the girls are pouring coffee on what is left of the ice cream. I am at my limit. Yeah, I jumped ahead like 2 minutes. I can't imagine we missed too much. Russian clowns are pretty damn hot. Like any Russian female, they have no right being as sexy as they are. Just like our good buddy Haunted Peppers has no right being a clown and so gorgeous. Especially since I've been ogling lady clowns for well over, it's been over 50 or 100 of them, right? And Haunted Peppers, you are number 1.
This from an anonymous Tumblr user. Hi, this is Kay from the Portland house. I can attest 100% that some of this is real and some is fake. The tracksuits and the clothes sharing are partially true. The record collection has quite a few tapes in it. Anything else you want me to clear up, just let me know. Alright, sure.
Excellent. I skipped a couple of minutes ahead to someone else in this polycule to tell us, to set us straight.
Play. This makes you Kay, I assume, the Jan and May partner. How come none of the details on OP's blog line up with the post in terms of identity? Y'all really change your hair color based on what room you're staying in? How did your dog die? Why does it seem like exactly one person pays for groceries for 10 people? How many people in the house are vegan? Do you have to be a similar size to...
This is a lot of inconsistencies with this story, so
everyone else to join
have
the
at it.
polycule so you fit into the prescribed uniform? Do you guys have families that are worried about you? What's the name of the punk band S is in? And do they really tour for the same 11 months of every year? Does everyone hate C, or do you each have your own least favorite roommates? And really no one smokes weed? That part I think was the least believable. The mod of Am I the Asshole then reblogged this post with some of their own questions for Kay. What parts of the saga are fake specifically? Is Spinder's Catster, like, okay?
Okay.
How old
Okay.
is this part
Okay.
of the family?
Okay.
I can't roll over your own money. What do the parents who own the house think of all of this? OP is a mysterious one. I can't speak to that. Hair color or style to match the rooms we're in? Yeah. Our dog died of canine appendicitis. Everyone pays between 20 and 30% of their...
That is very Portland. The fact that, I'm in the purple room this month, so no more pink hair for me, purple hair for me.
Income on groceries and cleaning supplies, etc. for the house. T, Q, and D are vegan. None of us eat meat or smoke weed at home. M and W2 can't stand the smell of weed. And no, you don't have to...
Oh, W2. I don't like W2, nor do I like 1099. Fuck them both.
...be a certain size to join. It just makes clothes easier. Our families aren't worried. Why do you ask? The punk band is called the Beta Blockers. They're a hardcore thrash band. They tour on a strict schedule, which is why we get along. C and I have an on-again, off...
Gotta look this up. Let's go back to this tab and look for the Beta Blockers band. The Beta Blockers band. 84 likes and 93 followers on Facebook. This is a popular band. And other than that, we are getting a lot of health information. Yeah, sure. I accept it. Look at this. Look at this geosites. Why is it not coming up? Because it's look at this geosites of the Beta Blockers. This is something out of 1999. The Beta Blockers are a three-piece band from the Great Cold North, Canada. Oh, take off, eh? They believe partying is the #1 priority in life. Therefore, the Beta Blockers make music to party to. Order a pizza and listen to the Beta Blockers. Or come to a show, bitches. Sounds very much like workout music for nerds.
Off-again love-hate relationship. We study together and play pickleball year-round. Wow, this is setting a really high bar for fake posting in 2024. I can only hope future Tumblr performance art can reach this level of impossible to discern plausibility and pure absurdity. And if by some infinitesimally small chance this isn't fake, you're on 9 kinds of bullshit, OP. Hope you can recover. Ugh, we finally came up with a house budget at our full moon meeting. Happy now? I am so scared of what the new house budget is. Someone knocked over the Monstera. Everyone says the cats did it, but it was on a 50-pound base, so I know they're lying. I bet T accidentally bumped it during our ecstatic cleaning this evening, and now she's going to...
Ecstatic cleaning? Has anyone been ecstatic while cleaning?
...play drums in her room so she can't even hear me knock. Nobody else cares. I have to clean this up all by myself, and of course, the vacuum is broken again. Not the 200...
Who are you, Darkside Phil? You always need your audience to get you another vacuum?
$1 Monstera. Were you able to repot it? The new house budget. Food, $1,100. Cat food, $160. Emotional supplements, $550. Hot tub maintenance, $90. Vet visits, $100 to $300. Cleaning and hygiene supplies, $250. Beads,
of the anal variety.
$60. Candles, $20. Utilities, $300.
Okay, that seems low to me. By what I was expecting for their candle budget to be a month, I thought that was going to be just fucking astronomical.
$50. Carpet cleaner, $25. Home repairs and incidentals, $70 to $150. God damn it, I miss Whole Foods. This has to be a joke. $60 a month for beads? Hi, this is Kay with the 2 W's and B from the Portland house. Not to worry, we each have our own bank accounts. Most of us have either an allowance or benefits come in. W is
all of you are that was one of my final roommates in Burbank as well, a trust fund kid. Yeah, and the trust fund kid was so educated. He went through all sorts of study, but a fucking imbecile. It was just astounding how much knowledge this person didn't have for all the schooling they went through.
is on a workers' comp and P works at a bar. We're all mostly getting along, except for those times when drama happens. Oh well, that's group housing. That's good to hear. I'm still curious exactly which parts of the story are real versus exaggerated, if you'd be down to explain more. But I'm glad to have that to set my mind at ease a bit. As for finances, is there a reason why Spinderscaster is so tilted at C when C's financial contributions seem in line with the agreement mentioned in the other post? Yeah, OP is mad at C for not spending even more on the food budget, which is more of a group problem and should not fall squarely on them. We had a windfall about 6 years ago and got used to the nice organic foods and stopped going to the food bank. That's dried up now, but C is still able to purchase some nice things.
We had a windfall. So someone's parents died. One of these trust fund kids, their parents died, and they just put all their money in the pile, and now that pile of money is gone, and I guess they were the lucky Pierre, and they were all right with that. They got to date 2 people at a month, and got the old special belt from behind as they got the fun hole in front. So yeah, put my money in the pile. If I get to fucking be fucked at the same time, yeah, 6 years, yeah, worth it. I wasted my inheritance on 3-way fuck parties.
Things for themselves, and
over 6 years. Seems worth it.
I think that's where the jealousy comes in. There might be a crush involved, I don't know. Food for thought. K again. Hi. Just got back from Food Not Bombs with W and A. We're making sweet potato stew. M is here. She says her parents love us because we clean and maintain the house so well. Except for the deck, which will have to wait until May. They're 60-something former hippies with tech money who felt like giving back to the community, and I think that's beautiful. You know what? That's kind of
giving back to the community by just letting your children and their friends be irresponsible cunts. Damn it. All right, I'm just jealous that I didn't date one of these irresponsible cunts and get a free ride like so many of these twats are.
kind of ideal. Can't knock it. Hope the stew's delicious. I can't believe 60.9% of you fuckers voted you're the asshole. Incredible. You're all a bunch of judgmental jerks. Presumptuous, entitled, nosy, self-serving assholes. Apparently, we're about to have an emergency house meeting, and this is your fault. If they kick me out, I'll have to move back into my parents' pool house in Salinas. The ultimate doghouse. Fuck you all. Where is the vacuum cleaner? AOP.
I'm kind of blanking exactly on where Salinas is. Oh no, I have to live in the guest house of my parents, the pool house. Oh, I hate this person. We're almost done.
What the fuck are emotional?
I hate this person, OP, not I hate this person, Eon. I like you, Portland Princess Eon.
Supplements? Also, wait, there's a fucking hot tub y'all are bothering to maintain while not eating cheap foods and complaining that someone isn't contributing enough to the food budget? W and A aren't cleaning anymore until B and I, quote unquote, get off our asses and clean. How can we do that when the vacuum is broken and missing? We don't even have any dishes to wash. I don't
There's a vacuum at Walmart. There's several vacuums at Walmart.
know what they expect us to do. Oh my god, we've moved on to full names, lol. D is cutting Q and T's hair right the fuck now, and B and I have to clean it with what? There is no vacuum! I'm supposed to be studying right now. I have a big self-test coming up. You have all those cats, someone that cuts hair there all the time, and a person that usually does all the cleaning, and you don't have anything but one vacuum? Where's the broom? A mop? Make do with some rags to pick things up. Placing down some cut-up garbage bags for the hair to fall onto. Come on. I come from a large family. You get creative. The broom is locked.
Salinas, much closer to San Francisco than Bakersfield.
Up in the walk-in garage next to the yak tracks, and no one can find the key. Sad face, sad face, sad face. Not the
DJ Electra knew that. I never visited the Bay Area when I lived in Southern California. That's miss on my part.
You care! They then once again slid into this person's asks personally to send them this picture of the locked up broom. How in the world does that stop you from using it? I wasn't expecting a photo
It's a kind of goofy face you're making. You probably won't like me if I use that on a second episode of Co-Host Audition. I have nothing to add to the locked up broom. It's a joke or you're a fucking idiot. Why is it locked up to begin with? I'm guessing that has to do with the Lucky Pierre. While he's railing his favorite gal, he must have something against the special belt, so he uses the broom. I don't fucking know.
locked up broom. How in the world does that stop you from using it? I wasn't expecting a photo though. Well played there. Wow, cleaning that up took forever. I have to do all of the cleaning around here and I'm the asshole? Wow. Just wow. Holy shit, I just got word that the beta blockers are coming to town for an emergency concert tomorrow, and they need a place to crash. Where are they going to sleep? S and H will want the guest couch, but K is still there. I'm in the Caterpillar reading room. T is in the magenta room. A and Q are still in the Tinkerbell room. Fucking C is in the indigo room. P is staying in the Roja room. D and B are in the ocean study room, and M is in the sunshine room. And the water
I hate your fucking room names.
fucking garage is nasty.
The blue room, the pink room, the yellow room.
This is a logistical nightmare beyond comparison. I need to go to the screaming closet. I can't sleep. There's a noisy van out front.
I don't believe that's an exaggeration. I believe there is a closet in the house that they have put sound foam all in so you can close it and be just to yourself.
Ugh, P and C are in the van with the vacuum repair woman. I'm so disgusted. They're kissing and laughing over burgers. Oh god, I almost fell over in disgust. The ultimate betrayal. This has been by far the worst night of my entire life. Fuck you all, I'm done. This was the final message that Spinder's Catster posted in the comment thread. However, a few Tumblr users that had been active around this situation kept hearing from K, specifically a number.
This has been a lot of research that has been done by Strange Aeons. And it's similar to the research that's been done with other Reddit YouTubers that we have checked out. And oh god. I'm getting too drunk and I hate the original poster so much. I forget where the fuck I was going with that.
A number of people all got this exact message. Hi, this is Kay from the Portland Polycule House. How are you? If you're local, I'd love to invite you to our Howl at Powell's event. W and I are organizing it. Next Saturday at 2 p.m. we will be in front.
You did a good job of censoring out the full names, Eon, but now we know W is Winona.
Of Powell's by the bush. I'll be wearing a teal Columbia jacket, black pants, and a beanie. Together we will howl to raise awareness for canine appendicitis. R.I.P. our dog. Please bring signs if you can. Hope to see you there. I tragically must report that there was no howl. Also, canine appendicitis is not real, but it does make me think, was this some kind of an elaborate ploy?
Did you just waste our time? Well, I guess Strange Aeons doesn't know. She's leaving us this last little piece to be like, motherfucker, they fucked with my heads by saying this might be completely fake all around.
To convince real Tumblr users to have a real rally for canine appendicitis awareness, because if so, that's fucking hilarious.
Stop suffrage now. Stop suffrage now. Oh, wow. If this was all a bit to get people to rally against a non-existent animal disease, well done. I take everything back if that was the point. If.
Is the Portland Polycule commune cult thing real? In a way, sure. In our hearts. Because clearly the reason why people find this so funny is because it is so similar to actual realities. A Portland Polycule as bad as this Nay, a Portland polycule beyond your wildest nightmares exists. But yes, in the grand tradition of Tumblr, it's fake. They say write what you know, and Spinder's Catster does clearly seem to have taken some inspiration from their own life, creating all kinds of confusion among people who were digging through their old posts.
Okay, so it's fiction. Son of a bitch. It was all a dream.
But I think even if you don't dig through their old posts, just looking at their writing...
You kind of bum me out here, Strange Aeons. When you started making this video, did you know it was fake? You're taking the wind out of my sails right now to know that this was a complete work of fiction.
There are many additions to this post alone. It's just too perfectly crafted to be real. And then, of course, there are the discrepancies in the story that other commenters found.
Crumbum and I could also be some good wingmen together. You are along with Luigi Greenberg. When I throw what's the word I'm looking for? When I say yay, I like something about that lady. Luigi says nay, and I am a fan of this Portland princess. Crumbum and Luigi Greenberg are not. So let's go drinking together. We are after different types of ladies.
Once stalking their blog. When Spinder's Catster got wind that I was planning to make a video about this, they reached out to me and asked me to omit any photos of them as well as the names of their pets.
I do believe Luigi said something about her voice being no bueno as well. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, her look and her voice. I want to take her out for a coffee, but not one of those fucking hipster coffees that they make with butter and fat.
Which was just like made me cackle because it's so perfectly in character. You've been naming your actual human roommates by their full names, and it's the pets' names that you're concerned. You're concerned with the dog's privacy. However, it does seem likely to me that they made this request because obviously photos of them are very identifying information, names of their pets, some of which people learned from looking back at old posts. Those are probably real, whereas the roommates' names are not real. This is a great burger. I really do feel like a...
Anyone who came here for the, what do you call it, the mukbang, highly disappointed. She is shooting all around her mukbang, just like drive in, drive out, drive through. I forget what the fuck that guy's name was.
Like a giant baby in a high chair right now. With my fucking little glass of wine for babies. One Tumblr user Motel Stink, posted a screenshot of this conversation with their roommate, going into how Spinder's Catster was obviously a person from California, not from Portland, and didn't talk about Portland like any native Portlander would. They then received a DM from Spinder's Catster asking them how to more accurately talk about Portland, specifically the Portland transit system, just completely glazing over, oh, by the way, I'm a troll, and just straight to, so how do I refer to the train? Thank you, of course, to Motel Stink for sending me.
I've been referring to the train. Lucky Pierre. That's what you call it. When you're in the middle and you get to use your wing wang and someone uses their wing wang on you. The Lucky Pierre in the train.
These screenshots. There is still some debate to be had about whether the original Am I the Asshole submission was real and everything afterwards was just them running with it. However, Spinder's Catster has since deleted a lot of...
I don't have the books there's a lot of gals on here that I'm like, I like her, and they have quite the nice book collection. I only collect movies and TV shows. I think that does show I'm a little dumber. You could be the smart one in the relationship. Well, you read the books. You can pretend to be the smart one in the relationship, and I'll let you believe that.
Of personal posts. And it seems like they do not want to be found, so I think we should respect that. We've all had fun, okay? There was no need to make it not fun anymore by harassing this person. We thank them for this wonderful piece of literature and social commentary that they have crafted, and for the burger craving. I literally got hungry while I was editing this video. Good night, sweet Tumblerinas. Good night.
Well, it was much better written than A Movie-Making Nerd with James Rolfe. Kind of disappointing to find out it indeed was a fake. It's a fake, as they said in Deep Space Nine. Yeah, I didn't prepare anything else because I planned for our beautiful clown girl, Haunted Peppers, to be the main event, and I needed a break there in the middle. So I I feel like I need something to take us out. I'm not going to do a cut off of Sting's album, and I won't ever stop using that joke. I've ran that joke into the fucking ground by now, but I'm not going to stop using it. So let's just go to TikTok, find some random thing I've liked recently to take us out for the night. La-da-dee, la-da-da. What's this doggy doing? You just have to put him in. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's a nice one to take us out. How do I copy link and then paste? And that will get the type of view that I want. You can tell who the male and who the female bird is there. Oh, and I kind of did this fucked up, but you can see what's going on. Motherfucker, you out there, you have not done anything since you brought all that twine for the nest. I sat on my ass all day, and you brought me all the supplies for that nest. What have you done for me lately? Even in the bird world, what have you done for me lately has become part of their culture. So there's some sort of video to take us out, like Franz Ferdinand. That's it for tonight's episode. No exclusive Rumble tonight. I'll be back next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Thinking about another time. Maybe I'll stick to this time. I do enjoy having a lead-in of Hack Ride Studios with DJ Electra. So maybe we'll be sticking to this time. Maybe we'll be going to another time around the clock. It's almost like I shouldn't have retired my show with around the clock in the title there. But gonna do some fun stuff. I should reach out to more people so I have some rotating guests. I'm not the best booker, and all I need to do is reach out to people. I think that's also to do with the depression that I'm getting over. I feel like I'm bothering people when other streamers enjoy coming on streamer shows. There's an orgasm joke in there that I pointed out, but I didn't finish. You finish it. You complete that orgasm joke. I just can't stop with the orgasm jokes there. I said completion. Thank you, Mr. Chipperson. Thank you all for joining. If you give this a like, a subscribe, that is how you can support me in a free fashion. You can become a member or throw some stupid chats to help out financially. And maybe I should come up with some more ways to grift you guys. Some more grifting paths? But that's all for tonight's episode. Next week, it'll be a bonus episode on Thursday for all you rope shooters. Every other week is a bonus episode for you rope shooters. $4.99 a month. And you get TikTok deleted scenes is what we're going through right now every other week. So some stuff that hit the cutting room floor that I kept around for a reason, but didn't quite fit in TikTok around the clock. That's what we've got as the bonus episode. Slow adult speed dating, awkward speed dating. Those will be a regular for a while. I apologize I didn't get to it live from somewhere last night, but it is upcoming. And I told DJ Electra and Hack Ride earlier tonight in the chat I'm booking myself on a show they're doing coming up soon. I hope that makes it official. I was in the chat a month ago saying, I want to do this episode. And they said they're doing this episode. I'm booking myself. I hope it's official now that I can come on for that episode. But otherwise, like, subscribe. Dillon from somewhere over here. I'm also over on Rumble, and a lot of times we've got some extra stuff over on Rumble. But not tonight. I'm going to bed. It gets kind of late in this time slot. We'll be back soon. Thank you all for joining. Now, feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day.
Places all. All join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LSMFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right to your honey with the right and left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LSMFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.